15 ways you are sabotaging your money. Financial freedom is possible for anyone irrelevant of their income. It is not that hard as people think it to be. It takes patience and discipline to build wealth. Broke people stay broke by spending all their income. Middle-class people stay middle-class by saving all their income. Rich people stay rich by investing their income. Warren Buffett is so disciplined that he built his wealth from $5,000 to $108 billion. He didn't wait for things to go big, invested when he was just 14, had a long-term plan, and never involved in showmanship. The following money mistakes are often overlooked. Because most people are not money conscious. But still, they grieve about their financial problems. The root of all the financial problems is these dumb mistakes. 1. Not taking advantage of matching contributions to your retirement plan. To keep employees satisfied, some companies offer a retirement contribution match. If your company has an employer-sponsored retirement plan, such as a 401k or 403b, it may match a portion of your contributions up to a percentage of your salary. It's a common benefit. According to Vanguard's How America Saves a study, 51% of employers offered matching contributions. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't take advantage of this perk because they don't want to lose any money from their paycheck. However, that's an expensive mistake that can cost you a significant amount of money in the long run. 2. Saving money in a low-interest account. Although it's a good idea to stash your money in a savings account for a rainy day, keeping your money in a low-interest account could cause you to lose out on interest. The FDIC reported that the national average savings annual percentage yield is 0.07% as of June 13, 2022. With such a low APY, your money will earn very little in interest. 3. Selling your investments when the stock market dips. Watching the stock market ebb and flow can be scary. When your investments fall in value, you may be tempted to sell your shares to recoup some of your money, but doing so can cost you over the long run. According to Morningstar, a leading investment site, over the course of 20 to 30 years, you can expect average market returns of 8% to 10% for stocks and 4% to 5% for bonds. By keeping your money in the stock market rather than selling, you can ride out market changes and experience long-term gains. 4. Not building credit. Your credit history and credit score play significant roles in your life. If you don't build a solid credit history in your 20s or even your 30s, it can be difficult to qualify for a car loan, buy a home, or get approved for an apartment. In fact, your credit can even affect your ability to get a job. In a survey by the National Association of Professional Background Screeners, 44% of employers said they perform credit checks on some or all job candidates. 5. Paying only the minimum due on credit cards. According to the Federal Reserve, the average APR on all credit cards that assess interest was 16.17% as of February 2022. If you paid only the minimum, which is typically 2% to 3% of your account balance, it can take you years to get out of credit card debt, and you'll pay back thousands more than you initially charged. By increasing your monthly payments, you can reduce your interest charges and get out of debt faster. Ideally, you want to pay off your credit card balance in full each month to avoid paying interest entirely. 6. Spending your raises when you get them. If you get a raise, you may end up spending the difference in your paycheck on new clothes, meals out, or an upgraded apartment. But lifestyle inflation can cause you to live paycheck to paycheck despite your higher income, leaving you at a higher level of risk if there's an emergency or if you're furloughed or laid off. Instead, use your raise strategically. Set aside a portion of your raise, such as 10% to 15%, for fun spending. Deposit the rest of your raise to your savings account or retirement fund. 7. Not saving for an emergency. In a 2018 study, the Federal Reserve found that 40% of Americans would have trouble finding $400 to pay for an unexpected expense. If you're one of the millions of people who couldn't pay for a sudden car repair, medical bill, or another emergency, you're at risk of ending up in significant debt. A single unexpected expense could derail your finances. Starting building an emergency fund today. Although an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months worth of expenses is ideal, don't let that number intimidate you. Set smaller goals, such as building a fund of $500 or $1,000 to start. Set aside a little money every paycheck and add to it every month. Over time, you can build your savings and give yourself added security. 8. Taking out loans you can't pay back. Unfortunately, it's really easy to take out loans. Whether it's a car loan, student loan, or personal loan, you can borrow thousands of dollars to finance major purchases. Interest rates can cause you to pay back thousands of dollars more than you initially borrowed, and the monthly payments can strain your monthly budget and lead you to feel like you're drowning in debt. To avoid unnecessary debt, only take out loans that are absolutely necessary, and borrow the minimum amount you need. Apply for loans you can afford to pay within just a few years and make sure you have a payment plan in place for paying them off on schedule. 9. Buying liabilities instead of assets. People often mistake liabilities for assets. Assets will bring more money to you. Liabilities will take money away from you. People think that cars, houses are assets. But it is wrong. The car will depreciate in value as half the right moment you ride it from the dealer's lot. Houses are not assets unless it brings you rental income. Houses need maintenance costs. So it is a liability. Look around you, and you will find many more liabilities. Everything has a price, but the prices aren't clear. Some products silently rob your money. Here is a rule of thumb if you want to buy liabilities: never spend your principal amount on buying goods. Instead, buy assets and let the dividends, rental income, and profits pay for your liabilities. If you do, this money will keep coming back. Or you will completely burn out all your money. 10. Having a short-term mindset. People fall for instant gratification. They want immediate rewards. Or become overnight millionaires. 11. That's impossible unless you win a lottery. It took 18 years for Warren Buffett to become a millionaire. And another 23 years to become a billionaire. I often state Buffett because it is a household name and easy to explain the context. Buffett knew it will take years. So he didn't quit and persisted for years. Now he is one of the richest men in the country. Anyone can invest and buy assets. But most won't do that. Because it will not yield immediate rewards. Their short-term mindset is what stops them from getting into investing. 12. Buying things to impress others. People want to look rich rather than becoming actual rich. So they buy all sorts of dumb things to look rich. They buy expensive costumes, cars, and jewelry. And burn away all their money. Since impressing others has become a vital part of our lives, we are addicted to consumerism. We buy everything that others are buying. There are 2 stages in the financial journey. Wealth accumulation stage. Wealth preservation stage. We are in the wealth accumulation stage. If you try to show off in this stage, you will not make it to the second stage. Impressing others is a vain practice. It has no meaning in it. It will only erode your income. When you tempted to buy something, resist and think for a minute what good it will bring to your life. 13. Not improving your financial intelligence. How many stories we've heard of sportsmen, lottery winners, and rappers who became millionaires overnight and lost everything in a couple of years. Fortnite World Cup winner Kyle Giersdorf bagged $3 million at the age of 16 in 2019. But by the end of 2020, he lost $1.6 million to tax. He could have saved it by sheltering the earnings in a corporation and paying himself in distribution. But he didn't have enough financial intelligence to do this. Hence he lost it. Most of us do the same mistake. We see financial education as something unnecessary. We work hard to earn money but don't work hard to protect it. Earning money and protecting money are equally important. In order to protect money, we need financial intelligence. It is mandatory to seek financial education to improve our financial intelligence. 14. Relying on paycheck. Some of us are earning attractive paychecks. Even some people make six-figure through paychecks alone. But still, if you rely on your paycheck alone, you are doing it all wrong. Paychecks make you a slave. It trades your freedom. People who worship paychecks are not suitable to build wealth and freedom. They get paychecks and work for their boss without having any spare time to think about their financial goals. Even if you earn four-figure, you can still outperform others by not just rely on your paychecks alone. People who are financially smart diversify their income. They make their assets pay their expenses. 15. You're making only the minimum payment on high-interest debt. Now there are a lot of times where paying only the minimum on your high-interest debt is the best move. But the common thread here is each scenario is part of a strategic move to achieve a goal. If you're regularly only making minimum payments because that's all the credit card company said you needed to pay, then you aren't managing your finances efficiently. Let's say you have a credit card with a $5,000 credit card balance and a 24.99% interest rate. If you had a minimum payment of $100 and only paid the minimum on the card, it would take you over 30 years to pay off the card and you would have paid close to $44,000 in interest alone. If you've made mistakes with your money, you're not alone, it's a very common problem. The important thing is to recognize some of the most pervasive issues and to take steps to prevent them from happening again. By coming up with an action plan, you can create a more secure financial future. This is all from today. Stay tuned for more interesting videos.